What's up, guys? I'm Tennessee Terry. That's Florida Frank and Massachusetts Mark.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, guys.
Welcome.
Hey, we just want you guys to remember, before we get too far into this, we're not experts. Half the things we say are probably wrong. Heck, half the things we say are wrong. Don't believe a word we say.
But do believe a word we say, because we would never lie to you guys. It's the thing.
We would never intentionally lie to you guys.
Yeah, that's probably a better way to put it.
Hey, guys.
Honestly.
Who would have known? Helium comes in solids.
Yeah. So for those of you who watched the first podcast, I said that helium couldn't be a solid, and I was slightly wrong. I had our resident expert correct me on it.
He's quite literally a chemist.
He is. Yes, he is literally a chemist, and he
That's probably
under the right pressure, helium can become a solid, but in the normal atmospheric pressure, it cannot become a solid. So I was partially right. I just didn't get all the information from the article I read.
Under the right pressure, can we become a liquid?
Yes.
We're not experts!
Anyway, guys, it's season 1, episode 3. Who knows? We might be 10 years into this podcast and still be on season 1. I don't know if we're actually doing seasons, but it's season 1, episode 3, and September's ending.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I thought about this. Hey,
Hey.
I don't know your name yet, but I'm talking to you, son. You might be Little Jonah, you might be JJ, you might be Death Grip. What's up, dude? I hope you're enjoying our podcast, like,
Little
30
Joe's
years
good
later.
Because then you can call him LJ.
What's up, LJ?
Yeah.
Nice.
I hope you're having a good day. And LN?
Hey.
No, it's your son.
Oh, what's up, Ellen?
LC.
LC's pretty bad.
Talk to LC, dude. He probably just got
I'll
offended.
call him NC, Newark Caleb. Hey, Newark Caleb.
It'd suck if we, like, all had daughters and we accidentally just, like,
I know, that'd be cool
completely
with girls.
insulted them.
Like,
No,
mean-
I'm not saying that. I'm
And
saying,
the
like,
ratio, I want a perfect mix, like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. But that's just the OCD.
So
my
anyway,
guy
it's
just actually said a rap.
it's the last day of September,
Said a poem. Oh, yeah.
and we're releasing a podcast.
Yeah.
And
you're listening to that podcast.
you know what tomorrow starts? Spooktober.
The best month ever.
The best month of the year. So basically, everything you know about this podcast up to this point has been a lie, because in the next 4 to 5 episodes, everything is going to change.
Everything is different.
Nothing's gonna be the same anymore.
Except, really, it is the same, except we have a special guest for a month.
What?
What?
Everything's scary? All of our
What?
ads will be in minor keys?
What?
What?
Yeah, so basically, all of Spooktober, we've got some spooky podcasts planned out with some spooky topics. We're going to have a special guest who we'll introduce in next week's episode, which will be October 7th.
Yep.
And, yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to do a special Halloween episode on, I believe Halloween's on Monday, so we're going to be doing
Monday.
that we'll be releasing it on that Monday.
Okay, welcome guys. We're really enjoying you listening to the podcast and the next segment's gonna really blow your socks off, and make sure you go check out our socials and really give us your due diligence and get into the podcast. Oh, is it hot in here? Is it just me? It's just me. I know it's just me.
I have a great segue into our first topic.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons.
That was a great segue.
That's all I had. That was the segue.
Listen,
I don't
A
know.
lot
I
of you
can't
guys-
respond. I don't know.
a lot of you out there might think D&D is from Satan.
Because it
A
is.
lot of you,
Was that the wrong?
a lot
That
of
was the wrong
you
answer.
might
Oh
think
no, we're not experts. So I
It's
guess I
nerdy.
don't know.
half of you probably only know it because you guys have no taste in media and all you watch is Stranger Things.
Well, I'll tell you what though. Dungeons and Dragons recently though has become very popular among people who aren't nerdy. You know?
Because
That
of
is
Stranger
true.
Things.
That is true.
But listen,
But we played it before it was popular.
to
So
clarify, D&D is no longer has a lot of its demonic things because back in the day they used to
Oh, yeah.
actually base some of the stuff off of real demons. Now they've completely rewritten the game. It's called the 5th edition. It's 5e. And it's all
It's better. It's good.
wholesome, fun
They got less
stuff.
edgy.
Yeah, it's not edgy anymore. So don't worry about
There's
accidentally
dragons and
summoning
goblins.
Satan when you're playing it. And
Goblins
ghouls, oh
ghouls.
my.
Oh, yeah.
But, but listen, it's a great game. And we play it a lot. And we've recently become pretty passionate about it.
Okay, passion is a strong word. I'm only passionate about guns, God, and Jesus. Right? D&D has no place in that.
In that order? Or does the order change?
I think the
I'm
order's
only
a little
passionate
different.
about God, guns, and my country, America.
God, family, bullets.
Wow. Oh man.
And that deer that's up on my wall.
Oh, ain't nothing like coming home with a nice rack and seeing my crucifix across my wall, calling my Shirley wife and my young son,
gosh.
being like, hey, I brought us dinner tonight. The Lord provides.
I have
Why is it easy to picture Caleb like that? Like he comes in, he's like, "Hallelujah, the Lord provides. Take, eat the venison."
I like to think I'm a chameleon where I can fit any of these just stereotypical traits.
You
Yeah,
make
you
sure
truthfully-
that- Yeah.
I can hit them all.
Now be
Yeah.
a racist.
I have a, oh my gosh.
He's not good at that one.
expecting that.
Well,
man,
then I
that was-
proved you wrong.
Oh. Alright, so I have a good way to get the blood flowing in the D&D
Please,
conversation.
and then I got a hilarious
Please, dear
D&D
God, dude, I
story
want to get
after.
past that.
Alright, so here's my opening question.
Ooh, start
What
question.
is your favorite class to play in D&D?
Okay, I can take this one first.
Alright, go ahead.
In my D&D career,
Yeah.
I've only played a few characters, and that's because I have a real problem letting go
That's
of
true.
connection issues. So as soon as I
Attachment.
get attachment, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As
Stop
soon
beating
as
him.
I
Yes, sir.
start
Sorry, sir.
playing a character, I'm completely attached to him and I can't quit. And so I've played a fighter, a bard for like a session and then got killed. Or druids, the
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
you
you're
were
talking
a
about.
the
druid.
magic, yeah, druid named
Woody.
Woody, yeah,
Yeah.
but he was genderless, but he was pretty much a
He was a tree.
he went both ways.
He was a tree.
He was a tree, so he was genderless. And then my new and favorite character ever, I love him so much, my dear boy Killowen. Killowen is an orangutan barbarian, and I think barbarians are my hands down favorite ones to play because they are so powerful. And for those of you that don't know D&D, they're pretty much just the Incredible Hulk. Whenever they rage, they get so strong and they can do so much damage and like take
a
a
good
bunch
way
of
to put it.
damage. He's so fun. He's a little orangutan and all he does is monkey around and he has a British accent, but he doesn't like to talk much. He's the best.
He is
Oh, I
a
love
a
him
good
so much.
character. He's a really good character.
He's my favorite I've ever played.
I do like that character a lot.
What about you, Mr. Caleb?
Yeah.
Probably paladins.
Really?
I don't know what I've played, but from
You've
what
played
I've gotten,
paladin.
the gist of is that I hate too much spell work with wizards because it feels boring at times. And
Yeah.
also, I have a legitimate binder now full of trading cards to remind me how to play my character. Because
Yeah.
there's so much going on, it feels like school. But and then
Yeah,
a
it's
fighter's
fun.
fun, but then it gets boring after a while because I'm like, man, I just want to like blow stuff up or climb up walls. So a paladin's a nice mix, and I like the word paladin, and I like the whole like imagery behind them.
Okay.
It's probably paladin.
I think that's good. That's a good pick.
That
Just have to
sounds.
be
not my
barbarian with Dickie.
I was about to say that sounds so kind of.
Yeah.
That's a good pick, man. You know what? That fits you.
It's
Yeah,
gotta
that
be.
fits you. I
You do you.
expect you to say that, man.
Right.
Actually.
So I played my first campaign. I played Ralph the Merchantman, who was
Oh.
there's a subclass under Rogue that was like a pirate. So he was a pirate, but he was technically
Swashbuckler.
swashbuckler. Yeah, so he was a rogue. And I do like rogues. I didn't play him for long though. I also played right after that. Did I play Professor Touch after that?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Professor Touch was a cleric that was in a like detective duo with Caleb.
Yeah, that's my paladin, Dr. Love.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he killed himself.
Yeah.
My character killed himself.
I got ganged up on by gnomes. It was
Yeah.
probably the
Our detective
single
duo
saddest day of my
our
life.
detective duo got absolutely rolled in an awful way. I will say one of my favorite characters was Vol. He was a sorcerer
so. Oh
who
yeah.
was stuck in a different dimension for like a really long time. So he was kind of brain dead, but he's a sorcerer, so he's got like these super powerful magical spells. And so he's really stupid.
That coin.
Yeah, he had a coin that when he flipped it, he could like travel to a different dimension as long as it landed like heads up. And my favorite story with Vol is that one time we were attacking a city, or no, we were trying to like create a distraction in the city. So I was like, all right, I'll make it look like there's a terrorist attack happening. So I start shooting fireballs across the city, and I accidentally blow up a dwarf orphanage. And
My character Pistol Pete was with Vol, and we were both on a roof together. And because Pistol Pete had a gun, and so he could shoot the
Yeah,
gun,
a
and Vol was
gun.
up there, and I was the only one that witnessed him
Yeah.
shoot this orphanage.
it was funnier because we had a dwarf on our team who was so mad at me after I did it.
And as soon as he did it, we both looked at each other. We're like, "That didn't happen. Let's go." We didn't see that happen, and we just got off the roof and started
It
going.
was so funny. So I've played sorcerer, and then I have another cleric called Tav that I played for a little bit. I just don't like clerics. I shouldn't have played a cleric with him. I probably would have liked him more. But there's that, and then one of my favorite characters, if not my favorite character, his name is Lil Dicky. Okay, he is a barbarian goblin, but his arms and his legs were ripped off in a tragic windmill accident, and so he has like bionic limbs. And this dude was an absolute powerhouse. So he had basically he was a barbarian. Both of his arms were turned into blades that he could turn on and attack with. And then later in the campaign, he ended up getting wings by heroically jumping off the back of a pirate ship to buy time and fight the Kraken alone. And so that was a good story with Dickie. But
Little Dicky might have been
he was great.
my favorite character to roleplay with, but also my least favorite.
Man, that sounds
Can you
weird.
share your Little Dicky voice with us?
I think my little Dicky voice went like this.
That's exactly what it was, and
Yeah.
it was horrifying.
It was no, it was so fun though. So he's also the owner of an Arby's franchise in the world.
Yep.
He got swallowed by a dragon. The whole party left me behind, and I basically burst out of the dragon with lightning because that's
Yeah.
how I activated my wings. Lightning struck, so I basically just exploded the dragon from the inside and got out of it. And they let me level up because I killed the dragon by myself.
Yeah, you did. It
And
was so beautiful.
yeah, the sad part about Little Dicky is that he was a child, so he was very easily taunted. And let's just say that Jonah's character got killed by Little Dicky because of some taunts
Let it be
thrown Dicky's
known,
way.
my character was a professor who actually made the blades for Little Dicky's hands. I made everything Little Dicky was. And then Little Dicky turned into a
He was-
dragon and killed me.
Yeah, but he was also the reason I lost my limbs.
Well,
at
that
the
only
end of
happened after I died.
After he died, we got some flashbacks into Professor Mo's life, and Professor Mo was the one who let the drunk dude go to work that caused the windmill accident that tore off my limbs. So it was kind of his fault. But
There's a lot of lore.
yeah, there was a lot of lore in that game. It was really good. What was I about to say? There was something, I don't know if it was like funny or like just a good story from that campaign. I think it was about Lil Dicky. But I think
You turned your best friend into what, like meat or the secret sauce for Arby's? Pumpkin spice or something?
Oh, I did do that. Yeah. So back when we were doing the Arby's franchise, we got attacked, and I had someone from we were like infiltrating a town basically, and we ended up getting attacked. And it was the father of a family who was a manager at one of my Arby's. He helped in the battle, and I had to roll a dice to see if he lived, and I rolled bad, so he ended up dying in the fight, and his name was Pumpkin. So I turned pumpkin into pumpkin spice sauce, and we had pumpkin spice like fries or something. Or it was like a pumpkin spice roast beef sandwich, and it was literally just pumpkin.
It was the top selling item at
It
Arby's.
was. It was. Lil Dicky did what he had to do. At the end of the
What do you mean? Do what you gotta do?
we didn't finish the campaign yet. I don't know if we will, but towards the end of the campaign, Lil Dicky was exploring love. He found this goblin girl, and he
You
was
essentially kidnapped her. If we're gonna be honest.
Okay, no, we saved her from one of the big bads, and then we took her back to our like Teen Titans Tower. That's literally what it was called. It was
Yeah, it
Teen
was.
Titans Tower. We took her back there, and then like we were gone for like months in between stuff. But every time we came back, I would take her out on a date and try to swoon her over.
And on all of
It was
his
great.
dates, Woody would transform into a bird and go sit at a window and sing bird love songs just to try
Oh,
and make
yeah.
the mood the right.
I do
the,
remember
the right
that.
to make the right mood. Jeez.
Yeah, I do remember that. I'm trying to think. I swear there was something that happened with Lil Dicky that was funny. I haven't even answered the question. Anyway, my favorite class to play,
Barbarian.
No,
is-
it's sorcerer or
I-
warlock.
I think it's a toss up between barbarian and sorcerer.
Yeah.
Because Lil Dicky was just so powerful.
But I think the reason I like barbarian is because of Lil Dicky. So I don't know if
Yeah.
I would like a different
I get
barbarian.
you.
But I played multiple sorcerers, and
I would say it's probably sorcerer for
I
you.
do really
You
like
have a thing
sorcerers.
for it.
I do have a knack for it.
You got a king for
With all that being said, Ben, we know you're listening and we want to finish that campaign, dude.
That's true. It's a good campaign.
That's all I'm leaving it.
Lil Dicky's name was actually Lil Danny at first, but at the beginning of the campaign, I told Ben, because Ben had made our characters for that campaign, and then we got assigned them at random,
Hmm.
and so I was Lil Danny, but I kept on calling him Lil Dicky, and then eventually one day I got Ben to slip up and call him Lil Dicky instead of Lil Danny, and at that point, the moment the Game Master said it, it was canon.
Yep. It was amazing.
Dicky
It was a beautiful day.
born.
Dicky was born at that moment. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. So Dicky and Professor Mo had this big plan for the end of the game. So in D&D, there's this item called a bag of holding, which is basically just like you can put whatever you want in the bag. It can hold literally everything.
Yeah, it's like a Minecraft inventory.
Yeah, but it's an eternal Minecraft
Yeah.
inventory.
A
And the
whole new
problem
dimension.
with the bag of holding is if you put another bag of holding inside of it, it creates a black hole like explosion, mega
Yeah,
nuclear
two
size.
infinites colliding together.
So what we wanted to do as Professor Mo and Dicky is that to prepare for the final boss.
Because
we
we
were
knew
gonna-
it was going to be a big, hard boss.
Yeah, what we were gonna do is we were gonna have a bag of holding installed in Dicky's chest.
I was going to sew it into his chest.
So yeah, it was gonna be sewn into my chest, and then the moment things got tough in the final battle, to where we thought we wouldn't be able to make it out, Dicky was gonna have a heroic sacrifice moment. And he was gonna run at the boss and shove the bag of holding into his chest and just cause a massive explosion and take him out to save his friends. It was
It's
gonna be
gonna turn
glorious.
into a
It's gonna be
supermassive
the
black
greatest.
hole.
It was about to be glorious.
Our DM said we weren't allowed to do it, though.
But we did have, with the Kraken fight, I think we had kind of a heroic moment like that.
Yeah.
Dicky
Dicky.
might have. That was after Mo was brutally murdered.
Yeah. We went through this like thing where each character had to go through trials, and there was different stages, so we all had like solo trials that we went through. And then we had like tag team trials after that, and we were in a tag team trial. It was me and Todd, which was Caleb's character, and we were on a pirate ship. And basically the goal of the trial was we had to outrun the Kraken and get to a certain point. And so basically the Kraken was catching up to us. It was attacking the boat, and we weren't at the point. And the captain of the ship went to say something or whatever, and the Kraken just smacked him off the ship. And I looked over towards where the captain was standing, and floating down slowly was the captain's hat. And what I did was, I think I had two options. Ben told me I could either like, I think it was I can like fight the Kraken off the ship, or I can go like grab the helm and like have the hat land on my head. So I ran up to the steering wheel, grabbed it, and as I grabbed it, the hat fell right onto my head, and I got like +2 charisma for the pirate hat.
Yeah.
And I started steering the ship and giving out orders, and then eventually it got to the point where like we just needed to distract the Kraken while we crossed the finish line. So Little Dicky jumps up on the back of the ship and he turns to Todd and he kind of like pulls his hat down in a nod of like, you know what's about to go down, I might not see you again type of deal. And he jumps off, and he doesn't have his wings at this point, so he just jumps off into like pure death. And as he jumps off with his arm blades out, lightning strikes from heaven, hits him, and he gets these lightning wings. Because the whole time we're trying to convince Ben to let me have wings, and he keeps saying no. And I finally do that, and then I get the lightning wings, I fight off the Kraken, and we get teleported to the next trial. It was so great.
It was beautiful.
It was truly like a work of art. I want to see it like animated.
No, I know,
It's
exactly.
like spectacular.
That's how I
if you're
feel
out
about
there
the game
and
all the time. Like,
Yeah.
some moments with Killowen is like, it just needed to be animated.
if you are out there listening to this podcast and you know how to animate things and want to animate things for us, we have a lot of D&D stories
We
that
have a
are
lot.
actually so good.
Which will
That would
segue
be
into my next one.
Oh, yeah?
It is my favorite D&D story ever. Favorite
Dude.
ever. Okay, so I'll go way back.
Wow.
I'll explain how we got into D&D
Okay.
to begin with.
Oh, my.
Wow.
So this was...
Oh, I know what he's
Oh,
talking
shoot,
about.
when was
Are we
this?
talking about genocide?
Oh, yeah. Wait, I don't know when
Oh.
this was, but it was...
My favorite.
So Caleb and our good friend Ben, Ben, you're listening, dude,
Dude,
bring back the campaigns. But so Caleb
with an S.
and Ben worked at the Henry Ford Museum,
oh, yeah.
and so they had a Christmas party there, and they all had like a extra ticket because Ben's sister also worked there, so they all had extra tickets.
Yeah.
And so they brought me, our friend Sam, and then Sam's sister, and we all went to this Christmas party, and we were all getting super bored towards the end. And I don't remember who brought it up. It was probably Ben, because we had
It was
talked about it
undoubtedly
for
Ben, dude.
yeah,
He
I
was
know.
masterminding it.
We had talked
Yeah.
about it for forever. Like, we should get into D&D, but then we're always like, nah, we won't. And then Ben goes, guys, let's get into D&D. Let this be the day. Let's do it. So we leave the party and we drive straight to Target and
Did
we
you
buy
actually?
the D&D starter kit. Yeah.
That's epic.
So we bought
In
the
full
starter
suits,
kit.
too.
Yeah,
In
we were
full
like,
suits?
We
yeah.
actually got back to the Christmas party.
So then
That's
we
legendary.
drove back to my house because Sam was in town for a little while. There he was at the time he was living in North Carolina. So he was in town for a little bit. So we get back to our house and we're just reading through the game and Ben's explaining to us how to make characters and we whip up these characters and Ben tells us like, give me the night, I'm going to prep, we'll start tomorrow.
Oh, my.
So it comes tomorrow and we start the campaign and it was a pre-written campaign that we never even got through.
Ice Fire Peak.
Yeah.
I have it here.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta finish it one day. But so I think this might have been maybe our third ever session of D&D, and oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's so amazing, dude. So we get into
You know
this...
about the genocide, right, Noah?
I think so.
We
Okay,
had told you
we
about
get
it.
into
I'm not
this
sure.
gnome kingdom, and the whole reason we're there is because the
Gnome,
gnomes have this super powerful sword that was supposed to help us kill the dragon at the end of the campaign. So we're there trying to get this sword. But then there's this whole thing that breaks out where there's some shapeshifter in the basement. And so we get in this whole pickle where me and I think Caleb's character
Yeah.
go down to the basement because we're trying to kill the shapeshifter and then like get the sword. And Sam is a bard, and so bards are always super charismatic and good looking. And Sam was also like a talented bard, and he had a disguise kit. So we asked the DM, he asked Ben, he goes, hey, can I roll to see if I can make a disguise that makes me look exactly like the Gnome King? Because Sam was also a halfling, so he was really short. He was basically a hobbit. And Ben goes, yeah, go ahead. He rolls a beautiful dice, and Ben's like, you look exactly like the king. There is
You rolled a nat
no
20.
difference
Oh,
between
man.
you and the king. And so Sam's like, all right, I'm going into the king's like chambers.
Oh, man.
And he goes in. And so Caleb and I, the whole time this is happening, like he'll like hop between Sam and us, and then Caleb and I are like getting in this battle. I almost die somehow, and Caleb like saves me, and so we finally kill it. And Sam starts sweet talking the like king's right hand man and stuff, and they're like all cool. And then the king walks in the room, so now there are two kings standing there,
man.
and I don't know why, but the whole like the entire like kingdom was in the
Who was
room
called
with
for
them.
assembly because you gotta
Oh yeah,
decide
they
who
were
was the
called for
real
assembly.
king.
So they had to figure out who was the real king between them because Sam
there's a
would roll.
shapeshifter.
Yeah,
There's a
so they were
shapeshifter.
like they knew, they didn't know it was us. They just knew the shapeshifter.
Yeah, they didn't
And
know we were
so-
killing him in the basement.
Yeah, Sam kept rolling the best rolls ever. So he kept rolling deception. So he was lying to these guys so well, and it comes to the end where he somehow convinces the entire kingdom that he's the king, and as soon as they believe him, he goes, take this fake king and put him in jail, and they lock him up.
Oh my
And then he goes, he goes, how many of you believe I'm the real king? And half of them,
Who's loyal to
yeah,
me?
he goes, he was loyal to me. He's like, part the rooms. Who's loyal, go to the right. Who's not, go to the left. So the room split in like a 50-50. And Sam goes, who's ever loyal to me, kill the freaking gnomes all kill half of each other. So now there's only half the gnomes left. And Sam goes, let's kill a dragon.
What the fuck?
And as he does this, Caleb and I come upstairs after doing our thing, and he's like, let's kill a dragon, and all the gnomes, before even thinking or getting a game plan, sprint straight out the door, and they grab swords and stuff, and they just run towards this mountain range, and we're like, what do we do? And Sam's like, we follow. So we start following like way behind, and all these dragons get to the top of this like big hill, or all the gnomes get to the top of the big hill, and this dragon just comes in one fire breath kills all of the gnomes. And we're all like out of game. We're staring at Sam. We're like, what did you do? And he could not stop laughing. He's like, I just killed an entire race of gnomes.
I have
That
never heard
moment,
that story.
really?
No,
That
it's
was
so
was
good.
third
favorite moment.
Second or third
Ever.
session ever at D&D, and we committed mass genocide.
Dude,
Just accidentally committed
I
mass
just-
genocide.
I love the idea that he parted the room like that, and he was like, all right,
Oh yeah.
kill the
Kill
other.
the
No,
non-believers.
that's the funniest part about it. It was kill
Because
them, and they were like, "Okay."
We're all looking at
Murdering them.
Sam, and we're like, "What is wrong with you? Like, what just got into you? Like, what you just showed us today is concerning."
I don't think he, from what I remember, I don't think he told them to kill the other side of the room.
He did.
I thought he told him to get rid of them, and he just
Oh,
he thought
he
he put him
might
in
say get
jail
rid
like
of
the
him.
king. The gnomes went feral and just murdered them. Their brothers
It
and sisters.
was-
They were like, "Let's go fight a dragon."
It
That
was.
is a legendary
They were
moment.
hopped out on like freaking
Oh.
Yet
steroids
another,
or something,
yet another
dude.
moment that needs to be animated. If
Oh,
there's someone who knows how to
absolutely,
animate stuff.
dude.
Genocide of Nomium.
If you guys can animate that, I will.
I would love you forever.
Oh man.
I'll do 2 podcasts a week.
If you guys do that, we'll do daily uploads.
Daily upload.
You had that private video of me smashing my toes together with peanut butter and jelly since
You need to forget about that. You're too into that.
No, I'm gonna keep bringing it up.
Do you have a favorite story to share?
Yeah, you should. What's your favorite D&D moment that you can remember?
Oh, I don't know, man. I got a bad memory. I liked when so I played a character in the newest one I'm doing called Delphrak. He's a wizard who started off the campaign like 600 pounds and couldn't walk. And
Went through a
he's the
training
owner
montage.
of
Yeah.
he's the owner of the Kilo and the Monkey,
My character,
which
Killowen.
Delphrak is Garfield spelled backwards. So I made Garfield a character, right?
Garfield as a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one week, so my guy's a hustler and he's trying to make as much money as possible.
Oh.
I've been trying to do it in an illegal
This is
crypto
awesome.
scan, like a cryptocurrency scam, but I can't figure it out yet. But basically, me and Jordan are sitting around, or our characters sitting around, and
Kill
we're
one.
trying to figure out what to do because we have a whole night in this town, and we decided to put on a magic show. So we legitimately went through every single magical thing we could think of, where I did an immovable object, starts making stuff float in the air. I made him go invisible to disappear, just stuff like
And
that.
like I had a so all right, I'll add a little more to it. Basically, we were in the city with the two other people we're playing with, and they go out and they're like actually getting stuff done and buying stuff and picking up bounties and figuring out
that-
what we gotta do in the city. I don't know if you were or not.
I remember that, but I don't know if it was you telling the story
I don't
or I
know.
was there.
I really can't remember.
I'm in the campaign, but I don't know.
Because
if I
you
was
probably
there
would
that
have
week.
done it with us if you were there.
Would I?
Because
have?
we're the ones
As
that
Tab?
don't take things
No,
serious. No,
you
it would
did
have been Tab. Would it have been Tab?
It would
Yeah.
have been Tav then.
Oh, you wouldn't have been there
Yeah.
then. Because Tab.
Tav was serious.
No, you weren't.
Ish.
He
Because
was.
that was
him-
with the elves, and you did the
They were
moonbeam
doing-
to destroy
Yeah,
the guys.
they were
remember?
legitimately. They were doing everything important, and me and him. Were
Okay,
like,
yeah,
"Let's
so
make
it
a
was
quick
just Caleb
buck."
and I then. So
Yeah.
then we look at each other, and Caleb's like, "Hey, you want to like put on like a circus magic show or something outside?" I'm like, "Yeah." So we go outside, and we somehow convince the entire like town to come watch us, and we just start doing a magic show. We're rolling like performance stuff, and Caleb makes me like go invisible, and I have this rock, and it starts floating in the air. And then we did one where I don't remember. It's something with like balancing. We balance like on our heads. Dude, one of them,
Yeah.
I told Kayla, I was like, I don't care how much damage I take, shoot a cannonball straight into my
Yeah.
stomach. And he's like, okay. So he shoots a
Oh my
cannonball and I
gosh.
catch it or whatever. That one was really funny. Crowd went crazy. And then Caleb's magic, he starts shooting like fireworks and stuff and everything. And then the whole show comes to the end and like everyone's cheering, going crazy. And at the very end, we realized we never laid out a hat to make any money. So we made nothing from that night. I think we got some free wine or something
We
like
got
that.
a lot of wine because then I remember we drank ourselves silly.
Not
So
Gil
then-
when he
So in
doesn't
the middle of
drink.
the night, when the other half of the party got into some trouble and we needed to escape town, I was plastered. And I didn't know what to do because like, we gotta go. I'm like, no, I can't. This is not my
I
day.
can't do it.
But,
yeah.
Basically, that was our 3 favorite classes and 3 of our favorite D&D moments ever.
I highly recommend playing D&D.
Yeah.
If you have friends, like even if it's just a couple friends that want to play D&D, I highly recommend like just trying it out. Just because I don't know, I feel like people think it's really nerdy and stuff, but once you play it, it truly is some of the best
You
fun.
just
Oh,
getting
it
you'll
is.
ever have.
Well, even more to that, D&D, it's not all serious. It doesn't have to be serious at all.
Yeah.
The reason I love it is because it's all your imagination. As long as you're not some just like boring dude without an imagination, which I'm sorry, I know I've offended at least 2 people listening.
At least.
At
probably.
least 2 people.
5.
5 of you boring people without imaginations.
I'm sorry.
Just train them by playing D&D. So as long as you can think of something dumb, because that's the magic of the game. There's no board or anything. You draw it. Like when we told you that gnome story, you probably painted that picture in your head, and that's the beauty of D&D.
It truly
Is you paint it all in your head, and it's all your imagination. Whatever the game, the game is going to be as much as you'll let it be. And that's why it's so fun to me. It's because it's all
Yeah.
just your own creativity going wild.
And I feel like a lot of people associate D&D with people who just like go full out like in costume and everything.
Yeah.
Like we don't dress up. We don't.
I want to. I think it would be funny.
Oh my
no,
God.
I
would-
think it would be funny
No,
if we
it
came
truly
and
would
dressed
be.
as our characters.
It would be.
I'm
It
just
would be
saying.
funny to do it like once, but like coming dressed up as your character every session, like we don't.
No, no way.
And like we don't. And there's nothing wrong with coming dressed up. It's just how like your friend group wants to play it.
How do you want to play it? In our very
Like-
first one, we didn't play it serious at all. And
Yeah.
this one now, we started off not playing it serious. That's why I'm playing a monkey. But this monkey now has very deep trauma with his parents. So, you know,
Yeah.
it goes all over.
Yeah, and like you don't have to. The other thing too is we're talking about how like some of these characters have like specific voices that we did. You don't always have to have a voice for your character.
You don't
either.
have to at all.
Like, yeah, you don't have to have a voice at all. It was just the little Dicky voice was so funny.
It was so funny.
I came into that session. I was like, how would like a little child goblin talk? And then I started talking like that, and everyone was laughing at the table. And I was like, all right, this is it. This is the one.
Yeah,
Little Dicky was there for comedy relief.
he pretty much was. Yeah.
But he was also just an absolute tank too, which was
Yeah.
the thing. Like he was comedy relief, but he took so much damage for
so
everyone.
much, and he dealt so much.
Yeah, he was out there.
But definitely
Good hits.
play the game. Find someone to play it with. Find someone to DM it. Learn how to DM it yourself. You can buy a starter kit from like Target or
You
anywhere
don't
else.
even have to.
Probably
You can
like
look up a PDF for free.
you actually could. Yeah, I was gonna say because it gives you a pre-ran campaign. You just got to read it. It gives you some dice, and then you're good for it. But even like, yeah, you could download a PDF and you could go to what's it called, D&D Beyond or
D&D
Hero Forge?
There's D&D Beyond.
Not Hero Forge.
Hero
What's
Forge
the
is
one
where
where
you make the character
D&D
models.
Beyond? You can roll dice on the app,
Yeah,
and you
D&D
can make
Beyond,
character
you can make a
sheets
character
on the
model.
app, so you can do it all. You don't even need to pay for it, but it's definitely a really cool game that you guys should.
It's very enjoyable. If
Try.
you enjoy video games, then you'll definitely enjoy it.
If you enjoy like
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings or like
Oh,
any of
yeah.
that stuff, you'll love the game because it's pretty much you living out those movies.
Yeah. And all it really takes is like one session to actually do it, and then you're like, all right, I'm good now. Like you gotta play a session, and you like sort of like
Sorta
figure out how
understand
things
it.
how go.
Because
How
Yeah.
things go.
How should
well,
we
I mean,
go here?
when you're looking at the game and you just see a piece of paper with tons of random things written on it and a dice that has 20 sides,
Yeah, it's
you're
like, what
looking
the
at it,
frick?
you're like, dude, why is one of these dice a pyramid?
Yeah,
A D4? Because it has 4 sides. But like it's the magic of the game.
it truly is. It's a magical game.
Because it's in reality, it's not hard to figure out the character thing. You just make your character, and that you can make it however you want, and that's what's the cool thing. Like Killwin's a
All up to your
super
imagination.
strong, not super charismatic, but as charismatic as a monkey would be, and he's just super silly, and that's how I decided to play him.
Yeah.
And I mean, Dickie, he didn't really get to make Dickie because Ben
Yeah.
made a ton of characters, and then we literally put him in a hat and drew him out, and then that's who you got to play.
Luck of the draw right there.
Yeah, but Dickie was a freaking awesome character, and Noah made him his own, and
Yeah.
Just-
Even
it's a
even if
great
you
game.
like can't make a character and you have someone else make a character for you, as long as you just make that character your own, it'll be very enjoyable.
one thing I'll add,
Yeah.
because I haven't done it yet, but I know I'm going to soon. I've done it a little bit, but like the more little quirks you add to your character, the better.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
if your character's allergic to peanuts, that's just funny and it adds to like the role playing of it.
Yeah.
Because then you like go into a bar and if there are peanuts on the counter, like you gotta leave or else you start freaking out or something.
Yeah.
It's just funny to add those little things to your character.
I just introduced
More
a new
depth.
character who's like a super confident dude, basically. He's like a fighter
super
sorcerer.
cocky.
Super cocky, super confident, thinks he's like the strongest one out there. The way they run into him is in a dark it's like a dark, what is it? It's like
Pretty
a lab.
much the Underdark. Right?
It's like a cave
What?
underground, really.
Yeah.
And they're trying to find this big spider or whatever, and I was in there, and that's how I got introduced into the campaign. And
Oh, we're going to like mild underdog.
my character's afraid of spiders, so we make eye contact across the dark, and then the DM said to me, "You feel like tiny spiders crawling up your leg." So I scream, and it starts this huge battle that almost gets us all killed. But it's just like it's like little stuff that can like
It's just so fun.
shape how the campaign goes. I was also just wondering a second ago. We did Luck of the Draw for Ben's campaign. I wonder what would have happened had we gotten different characters, like how those characters would have turned out.
Like if you got in like
Like if I got
and I
Todd,
got, yeah.
you were Dickie, and Caleb was Professor Mo. How much more different would the campaign have
Oh,
been?
very.
Hey, lay that beat down. Oh yeah, keep it going. We're glad you made it this far into the podcast. Things up ahead are gonna get rather silly. Now I want you to get those imaginary seatbelts you got. I want you to strap them in. Make sure you're nice and tight. Them seatbelts better be like them seatbelts at amusement parks, alright? You better pull them in nice and tight. I don't want you falling out on this ride. You're more than welcome to put your hands up for the duration of this ride, but I want you to know that you don't have to do that to have a good old time. Now just remember as we enter the Reddit Would You Rather questions, some of these questions are going to be real silly. But you know what, folks? That's what we're here for. So keep those hands up, keep those pants up, and enjoy the rest of the ride.
Hey, welcome guys. We're on Reddit.
First question, would you rather cut off your balls or spend 1 single second on Reddit?
I would rather spend 1 single second on Reddit.
I'm sorry, future. Dude, you know what?
I'm sorry, little Caleb.
you don't know you're not existing. Because
You're not
I don't
here.
want to spend I'm going to have to spend more than a second on Reddit. So after this podcast, things are about to get crazy. On the Patreon.
Reddit.
On the Patreon, please.
Got the
don't.
letter opener busted out. All right, man, hold still.
Oh my god.
That's
That
down.
sound effect.
Hey,
Alright,
this
first
one
question.
speaks volumes for us men, especially
Okay.
the Alpha Dog men.
Okay.
Oh, I'll do voices depending on what kind of person I think wrote this.
Okay.
Would you rather poop in the only toilet at a party, knowing that you're clogged it, or poop in the bushes in the backyard?
Dude.
Okay, so you're either there's one toilet at the party. You're taking a dump in it and you're clogging it, or you're dumping in the backyard.
Yes.
Here's
You
the real
would go
question.
at the party and make it seem like someone else was in there.
Yeah,
after you.
do people know that it's you that clogged it? We should establish that now.
Yes.
People
You
know
are
you
the
clogged
vic-
it.
yeah,
you
you're
are
the man.
you are most definitely the one that did it.
Tell you what I'll do. I'll hold it.
Yeah, me personally, I'd probably hold it.
All right, next question.
See, no, I would clog the toilet.
Uh,
It's a human thing. Like, be like, man, you clogged the toilet. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm a human.
I
I'm a
would
human being.
hold it. Let's just say this: I'm not going in the bushes.
Do you not understand would you rather? Oh, okay.
Caleb's always got that one moment in every episode. It's just like that's like 200
so
years
beyond
ago.
us, dude.
Dude, that's just my head. I don't know how to
That's
explain
so in the fourth dimension.
Okay, so I have. It's gonna take me so long, man, because once again, Red sucks.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm going through the top. I'm going through the controversial
I'll
next.
also search through some. So
Okay,
we got double.
you do top, I'll do controversial. But here's one, all right?
Do I not have Reddit?
This
I don't
one's
have
a
Reddit.
moral would you rather.
Moral.
Disclaimer: this is gonna really
Oh.
ickle your tickle, your little pickle
I'm
morality.
already ickled and tickled.
All right, you have to commit one crime.
Oh,
By doing so, you will ensure nobody ever commits that crime again. What crime would you commit?
That's not would you rather.
no, but I like the question. I think it's a good question. I think I know my answer.
Say it.
Probably murder, right?
You would kill.
See, murder's probably the number one you think of.
Well, it's you commit a crime and no one else can commit that crime. I've just eradicated murder for what? I have to go to jail my whole life if I get caught.
Tax fraud. No kidding.
No, but if you think about it, I've just solved murder.
No, I understand. I'm with you.
Unless
I
you can
feel like
convince
if
me of
we
something
no,
else.
here, if you want to, no, I'm not going to convince you because I don't want to talk about them. But if you truly wanted to change, you would do some of like the most heinous stuff
I felt
because
like that was
it's
pretty heinous.
sacrificing your own sanity for the idea that it would never happen again.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying is that like
You gotta be
But
I
to
could
live with yourself,
I could probably go deeper than that, but I would probably do something like if I knew that no one could ever do it again, I would do something so heinous that I definitely couldn't do, but knowing that no one else could do it, I would like make that sacrifice.
I would do misallocating funds and just completely stop
I don't think I know what
half
that
of
is.
political corruption. Like I gave you $10
Oh,
and you're supposed to put half of that towards buying a puppy.
right.
And you spend none of that on a puppy and buy yourself a bunch of McDonald's.
You're a really
That's
abstract
misallocating
kind of
funds.
guy.
I would do that.
Right, when Caleb said super heinous, I thought he was going somewhere else.
No, but I don't want to talk
Dang.
about those. So this is my
Okay.
next one.
Okay.
But that one's kind of cool.
We would all do well, I won't say we all. Me and Caleb would do a heinous crime that would be eradicated.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Okay. Would you rather have the ability to freeze time for 30 seconds once every day? Or we rewind time 30 seconds once every day?
So freeze it for 30 seconds or rewind it for 30 seconds?
Yeah, rewind or pause.
Oh, that's tough. But you could get so much information from rewinding. Like if you think about it, what you could do is like you could text your crush and be like, "Hey, I like you. Do you like me?" And then they answer, and then you just rewind. Or you ask someone out, or whatever, and then they say no, rewind.
Seems like single people problems.
I screw you.
You
Man. Get out of here. No.
You
I can't
propose.
even. I can't even. What is that, Bo? Dude, you better have the 30 seconds right now. Rewind. All right?
You propose, and she says no, rewind.
Yeah, rewind. Why would you want to freeze time? Like, oh,
What-
what a
yeah,
beautiful
what would
sunset.
you
Let me
actually
admire this
freeze
for
it for?
30 extra
Extra seconds.
seconds. Like,
freeze time for 30 seconds.
That's
I don't
what's
know.
so stupid about it. It's like, what are you gonna do? Like, oh, what a good piece of cake. Let me savor this for another 30 seconds. No, rewind.
I don't know. What would you do?
You're
What
basically
what would
saving
be
your
like
life
a?
from any depth.
Well, here's what I'm
related
thinking. If
accident, you
you're
can't die.
freezing time, so you can still move, right?
Yeah.
I guess in like a crisis event, you know, where you need extra time to like get out of a building or something, it's like.
Yeah, but it's still.
But like, how often does that happen?
Yeah,
Where it's like,
no.
I want the
Running in
30
the
extra
pool.
seconds.
Yeah,
Just
no,
rewind
definitely
time
rewind.
30
Yeah,
seconds
no.
and get out of the building
It's
sooner.
rewind. If you were gonna say
Rewind.
like you can freeze time 30 seconds, I guess you could even say limited times a day because then you can freeze time forever.
Yeah. No, it's got to be.
Man,
It's
that's
got to
so
be
dumb.
rewind time.
I bet if you start reading the comments, people would freeze time to do some heinous hacks.
Oh, you're
That's
not
what I'm thinking,
even
is that-
wrong. You're not
Yeah,
even wrong.
But if you choose freeze time, you're definitely doing some heinous things.
You're not doing
30
anything
seconds.
right.
30 seconds. But then again,
All I
rewinding.
need.
I mean, you could do that with rewinding as well, but.
You're on the goggles, dude. Like snap them on. That's all I
What
need.
the frick? Oh my god.
Okay, well, are you trying to find good ones? I'm gonna go for controversial ones. So they're just like the stupidest stuff you ever read. You guys ready? Would you rather get $1,000 a day or $75 for every mile you run?
Mile you run.
75 for every mile or 1,000 a day. 1,000 a day. What the frick? That's so stupid. I don't have to walk any miles and I get
They
$1,000.
did 3 polls, so 1.3 thousand people said 1,000 a day. 46 people said 75 for every mile you run, and 6 people said not sure. 6 people
With
could not.
75,000 for every mile?
No, $75.
I've got a great one.
Dumb. Please share.
Would you rather discover what's really inside a black hole or discover what lies in the unexplored depths of the oceans?
The oceans. I don't care about space because we don't need to go to it, but I do care about what's on my planet. I think we're all
Wait,
gonna say
that,
ocean here.
Ocean, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm saying ocean.
Yeah, I think all the listeners are gonna say it too.
I don't know. The black hole thing interests me though still.
Not as much as the ocean, dude. We gotta know
Not
if
as much as the
Nessie's
ocean.
down there,
Yeah, I do need to know about Nessie.
or the like Kraken or Megalodon. Because who are
Yeah.
we to say they're not right?
Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one right here. Infinite luck or infinite knowledge?
Where would
Luck.
like luck come into play?
Because the
Where
more
would luck
knowledge
come
you
into
gain,
play?
the more depressing it gets.
Luck comes into play. Where would it come into play? I don't know how to describe where it might come into play. If you've ever played, I know you guys haven't, but anyone who's listening, if you've played Danganronpa,
Well,
that
it's in
game has
Fallout,
an
too.
ultimate lucky student in it, and basically they're just like super lucky. So, like, just like everything ends up working out in their favor.
Well,
Yeah,
then
it's
what?
like it's like Domino from the X-Men, or like even in Fallout you can have it where randomly like the guy who's fighting you explodes, and it's like, oh, you're just
Because,
really
like,
lucky.
Yeah,
Like obviously I want to be like smarter and stuff, but like
No,
I'm
luck.
gonna have a peak smartness by the
Like,
end of
let's
my
say you
life,
got
and I'd
infinite-
like that
yeah.
that smartness to be where it's at, and I
Like,
would
let's
just be
say-
lucky.
let's say in the context, because both of these things, you could have infinite knowledge going into a test, or if you have infinite luck going into the test, you're gonna get them all right anyway.
True luck.
See, here's my thing, luck, because
That's where you can.
it
that's a
goes
good
with the whole fact
explanation.
too of the more knowledge you gain, the more depressing everything gets.
Yeah,
Just even in the Bible, the more wisdom you gain, the more sad things get.
yeah.
So it's like, no, I'd rather not know anything, but just be so lucky everything goes my way. Like that's just so much
Yeah,
easier.
you'd still have the knowledge.
It's
you
the
have now.
ultimate vibe superpower. Like
I
I
think
can
I'd
walk in
have
front of
infinite luck.
incoming traffic and not get hit and be like, Psh,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to vibe, man. I'm just trying to vibe on the
Just trying to
freeway.
vibe here.
Dude, that would be my catchphrase. Hey man, I'm vibing here.
I've got one. Would you rather burp soap bubbles or fart glitter for the rest of your life?
Burp. Soap. That's not that
Burp.
bad.
I don't think I burped that much.
Burp soap bubbles or fart glitter? You got to think about fart glitter. The moment you fart, just a of glitter would
True.
everyone would know.
They know.
But they would also know about the burp. But that's not as bad for some reason.
No, it's like, oh, excuse me. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just one of those kind of days, man. I'm sorry.
If I burped in my mouth and breathed out my nose, would a bubble come out of my nose?
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Maybe.
That'd be awesome. Hey girl, look at my special trick. This one is for the ladies. Would you rather A, get your dream wedding and the marriage last 5 years, or B, you have a very cheap wedding and the marriage will last the rest of your life?
A cheap wedding.
cheap
This is by
wedding.
Brett Davis 4.
But I would do the cheap wedding anyway, so.
Right? Yeah, that's kind of the plan. Don't break the bank on a wedding.
This one is good. Would you rather everyone become less attractive than you, or everyone become more attractive than
Less attractive. I want to be keen. Whoa, wow, you're gonna tell me the opposite. Tell me you're gonna say the opposite.
I'm not going to. Because then
Exactly.
you're automatically ugly in society.
No, you're
If
either the
everyone's more
ugly guy or
attract-
the pretty guy.
If everyone's more attractive than you,
You're the ugly guy.
then that automatically makes you the ugliest in society.
Yeah, I'd rather be the prettiest in
But
society.
if everyone becomes uglier than you, then you're the best looking and your standards are so high.
You also just
I don't care.
You would kind of have to get used to it.
Would
and then
you
it
rather
would
go through
reset
life
back to normal?
as
Where
the ugliest, constantly looking at the prettiest people you can't have, or be the prettiest,
But what if you
constantly
have one?
looking at
What if
ugly
you
people?
get one? Then
No,
you're winning.
I'd rather be prettiest. I don't even know why this is a conversation. Move on.
All right. All right, my bad.
Would you rather? This is for all my redditors out there. All right. Would you rather get $10,000 or be the only guy that can give unlimited upvotes on posts?
The money.
yeah,
I think
the
you
one
guys,
that'll actually matter in
I
life.
think you guys are actually crazy.
I have a good one here.
Okay.
Would you rather be a member of the Avengers or the Justice League? Is my first question.
Oh,
Justice League. No.
no Avengers. Yeah.
What would your superpower be?
That's always a classic question.
I want one of those
though, isn't
creation
it?
superpowers. We can create stuff.
Like
That'd be kind
Wanda?
of dope. Yeah, that'd be kind of dope. Like reality bending.
All right.
I'm basically picking to be a
Instead
god.
of the Scarlet Witch, you're the Scarlet Mitch.
Whoa.
I like it.
Mitch to see you, and I'm like, oh.
Mitch, you're glad to see me. You win some, you Mitch some. I've been Mitching you lately.
What would you say, Noah?
Please, babe, come back. I miss you so much.
Well, obviously what comes with the team is the universe.
Right.
So, I don't know, probably Avengers team.
I
See,
think Avengers.
as much of a Spider-Man fan I am, I think the DC universe is a lot less chaotic.
I don't know, I like the
And
DC
also,
universe.
if you're on par with
True.
the Justice League, you're significantly more powerful than an Avengers guy. Because DC guys
Yeah.
are significantly more powerful, just because that's how they wrote them.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be in the same team as freaking Flash and Batman.
That's what I was gonna say is I think I would want like super speed.
See, that one would be,
Like
out of all the
Quicksilver type
practical
speed.
ones, like, if you throw, like, telekinesis and invisibility, I think super speed would be the most, like,
Yeah.
enjoyable to have.
I'd want that or telekinesis, yeah. Flight would be so fun, though.
How dark do we want to get right here?
Flight would cure my fear of heights.
Well,
We could get really dark and I'll play my cult music.
however
Alright.
bad it is, I'll bring it down with my next one.
Would you rather kill a baby and everyone knows about it, or kill your best friend but nobody knows?
I'm not gonna kill a baby.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I have ethics. I have standards.
I'm glad you have standards.
I want to keep my
I
murder
killed my
secret.
bro.
Your best friend or your bro?
Oh. I don't
Wow! You don't understand the question. It's like, I'll kill him.
No, I meant like best friend as in my bro.
All right,
Aw.
you're killing your best friend and nobody knows about it.
I'm
You
gonna
live with the
die
guilt
with a
alone
smile on my face.
Classic.
because you killed your best friend and no one knows, or you killed
He's
a
gonna
baby.
kill me, apparently.
Bro.
So it's like a, yeah.
Okay, what are you doing though?
Oh, I'm gonna kill my best friend. I'm not gonna kill a baby.
Oh.
I'm not touching a baby. Anyways, would
He's
you?
scared of babies, actually.
What weather would you have for the rest of the year? I love babies. They're so cute.
You're scared of babies.
Dude, when you're like
actually.
holding like a little like baby, there's just
Baby
something
toes and fingers are the
it's something
cutest
so
things
real
ever.
about it's like every single one of your biological instincts kick in. You're like, this is all that matters to me, is that this thing doesn't get hurt and has the best physical possible life imaginable.
That's
And I
true.
will make sure that happens. And then the baby gets taken away
Mormon,
and you're
would
like,
you
I
rather?
could care less. Can't wait to be a dad. What weather would you rather have for most of the year? Minus 10 degrees or 115 degrees? I
115.
actually think that's a good question.
115.
Well, I would agree with
Say it
you.
again?
Not minus 10 or 115.
150.
See,
I hate the cold.
more than double the people say minus 10, but I
No.
don't get that.
Maybe I would say
mine-
that, because then you would just have to always be layered. Otherwise, you'd
I don't wanna do
probably
that.
just kind of be dying at all times.
Yeah, but you can get
There's
used
still
to
AC.
high heats faster than.
Yeah, and there's still AC and stuff.
Because we've been in 10-degree weather a lot, like in
This is
Michigan.
-10.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Negative 10 degrees.
And
Yeah,
10
you're right.
degree, when it gets down to like between like 0 and 10-degree weather in Michigan, it is cold.
We've
cold.
had that winter 2 or 3 years ago. It was negatives, like
Yeah.
negative 10, and it was like this isn't okay. Like you go outside and your body physically hurts because it's aching because it's freezing.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. 115 is like you just gotta lay around all day for like the first couple weeks, and then you're like, all right, I can do it.
Yeah.
Just go swimming all the time.
Yeah, you almost live like the life, la vida loca, you know?
La vida loca, bese la nunca. Living la vida loca. That's the best. What's better, Shrek 1 or Shrek 2?
Shrek 2.
Ooh, what happens in both of them? I forget.
Shrek
Don't
1
even.
is when...
He doesn't deserve to know. You can go on.
Do you want me to?
You can go on. I'm not afraid.
Shrek 1 is when he goes to save Fiona,
Yeah, yeah,
and then she turns into an ogre at the end.
yeah.
And there's that little short dude that looks like a Mitch,
Lord
Lord
Farquaad.
Farquaad. Yep.
Yep.
And then Shrek 2 is when Shrek meets Fiona's parents, and then Prince Charming's there, and then they get turned into humans.
Oh, and
and
yeah.
Puss in Boots is a hired assassin to kill Shrek.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a far superior movie.
Shrek 2 then, yeah.
Far superior.
Follow-up question to Caleb's weather one. Would you rather be burned to death or frozen to death?
Frozen.
I always get that one. I think
Don't you
frozen because
pass
doesn't
out
your
really
body
quick
start
when you
shutting
start
down?
frozen? Yeah.
Once you reach a certain temperature, you would pass out, but like people like you can get very cold and experience frostbite and not be.
That would suck.
Yeah,
Like,
but
it would definitely
frostbite
be
doesn't hurt
prolonged.
like that though, right?
Oh,
Isn't
it
it just
does.
there's nothing?
It
Does
does.
it?
It's very cold and it
Oh.
like burns.
I don't know. I feel like
Once
burning's
you get
probably worse.
once you get to a certain point of cold, it starts burning,
Yeah.
Well, my idea is that
and then your limbs freeze, and you could literally just like break them off.
yeah, young
dig
boy
that.
Satan's getting casted into fire. So I mean, I gotta assume fire's pretty bad.
Well, yeah, fire. I mean, fire, but burn to death would be quick, you know.
No, it wouldn't because our skin can't catch fire. We burn because our hairs and all that catch fire, and then that in turn starts burning our skin. We get roasted. That's how we burn. That made it a lot worse, didn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah, we don't catch on fire. Eventually,
think
when
you
we
would-
start
I feel
burning
like when
through
you burn to
muscle and
death-
stuff, you start catching more of the insides.
I feel like once you start burning, though, it's much easier. I feel like you pass out quicker and it's over quicker.
Maybe. I don't even want to think about that.
Hmm.
Wow, you brought the mood down.
Would you rather be in a pool with a crocodile or a stingray?
Stingray. 'cause you can get out.
Stingrays only attack or provoke. Crocodiles are kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to be in a death row. Freaking Steve Irwin.
I've
got
been in
messed up.
the ocean.
Oh
with
my
a
gosh.
stingray.
Steve Irwin died.
Yeah.
To the manta ray.
Yeah.
Can we survive a manta ray? Because he could tame croc. I'm rethinking everything about that question.
If it helps you, I've been in the Caribbean Sea with a stingray, like right in front of me, and made it back. So, and a manta ray is different than a stingray.
Really?
Survived.
All right. I trust Nora.
Hey, I lived through it once. I could do it again in a pool. Oh, this one's getting down to like the juicy stuff. Would you rather leave the table a little hungry or stuffed?
Ooh, stuff.
Stuff, dude.
But we're
There's
talking
something
like stuffed to the point where you can't move and you feel like you're gonna
Dude,
throw up.
I'm telling you right now, that's one of the best feelings.
It
Because
is
you
a good
kind of
feeling.
just lay down, you're like, every single bit of your body is working to freaking digest the food, and your mind just kind of like, man, that was a good meal. I mean, it'd be like having Thanksgiving every day.
That's true. I like that.
Would you rather piss drink or drink piss?
Better to
You do pitch drink
better,
every day.
better to piss in the drink than to drink in the piss.
I don't know why that was so funny to me. My own sentence, my own stupidity was like, man, I'm a funny guy.
Better the
All right.
pee in the drink than to drink in the pee.
This one isn't ridiculous, but
Those are
putting me on the
shocking.
spot like that got me all. Okay, got me tilted. Zip ups or hoodies?
Zip ups.
Hoodies.
I like to wear zip ups over flannels.
Specifically, hoodies.
Hoodies.
Hoodies. For
Hoodies. Hoodies.
Oh yeah. That's what Daddy likes. Hey everybody. We're getting real close now to spooky season. All Hallows Eve with the moon shining bright. We've been looking forward to it for a while here at the We're Not Experts podcast, partnered with Magic Touch Incorporated. So we're about to go crazy. Themes, spooky situations, all kinds of crazy candlelit mayhems about to hit you soon. You're not gonna believe it. You're not gonna believe it. You're just not gonna believe it. We're gonna bring in a live ghost, like from that hit 1945 movie Ghost Boosters. It's gonna be crazy, and I just want to thank you guys for sticking around this long to hear us advertise. Because if you didn't do this, we wouldn't get paid, and we wouldn't eat, and then we wouldn't sleep, and then we wouldn't breathe. So yeah, keep watching and keep us alive, basically, like a feeding tube. Anyways, October's coming up. Crazy stuff on the horizon. So stay tuned, loyal listeners. It's all Hallows Eve, and their graveyard is dark. All those specters and banshees and ghouls and zombies are coming for your car. Oh, they called an Uber to Monster High. Their car broke down over on 75, and now they can't pick up their little kids. Oh, Johnny Frankenstein and Tina Mermaidia. They need to get home somehow, but how? The streets get really crazy out at night, and man, you're gonna tell your little 6-year-old to walk home alone? Forget about it. Oh, and the harpies are coming down and pick up their kids and fly them out of town. And what are you gonna tell Johnny Frankenstein when he's like, Mama, I can't walk home. It's 2 miles out of my way. What am I gonna do? I wanna miss football practice. I can't throw around the old pumpkin skin. You're gonna tell that to Johnny Frankenstein? You're gonna take away his dreams of going to the big city and playing professional pumpkin or blah, blah, blah? No, you're crazy. Crazy. Happy Halloween.
Hey guys, welcome to the end of our podcast. You made it. I'm proud of you.
You stayed the whole time.
I don't know if you watched this in one sitting, but if you did, hey, don't forget to drink some water, okay? And make sure you get a good night's sleep tonight. I don't want you to be tired tomorrow when you go to work, or maybe you got school, or
A hot date.
a hot date. Maybe you have nothing going on
You
tomorrow.
have to conquer the day.
Got a hot date with a hot dame.
So, we're glad you guys watched to the end. We hope you enjoyed some D&D stories and some talk about D&D and the Reddit Would You Rathers, because we found some really weird ones in there. So, we hope you guys enjoyed, and just remember, we're not experts. Catch you guys next time in the spooky edition of We're Not Experts.
Goodbye, September.
Goodbye!
Bye, guys.
Welcome to October. The paramedic, the paragathe, paragarigum, the paraga, the para.